Hey fans, it's me Aaron for a comic show. We have a great week of comics. Of course, DC killed it again. Image has some good stuff. Marvel has some good stuff. American Gods by Dark Horse Neil Gaiman. But let's start with Rebirth, Superman Reborn, Part 3, Superman 19. This was awesome. This storyline is great. Everything built up to this, going all the way back to that shit show called Convergence. Like, I don't know how they had that with the pre-Flashpoint Superman and pulled him over and then brought this to Rebirth. Did they have that all planned? I don't think so, because they didn't have Rebirth planned then, but they made it work, and it's awesome. And I guessed who the Clark Kent was. Yeah, if you go back my videos a few ones back, I guessed who it was, and then last week it showed that it was that person, who I'm still not going to name his name because I don't want to spoil stuff for people that didn't read last week's, but this was awesome, and I'm really digging it. I'm not going to spoil what happens at the end of this, but it was really cool, and I'm super excited for what happens next with Superman, which it's been a long time, a really long time that I've ever been. I don't think I've ever been this excited about Superman, honestly. I really don't. I mean, I've liked stories here and there, but as far as like the main Superman title and the mainstream what's going on with Superman, no, this is awesome. Moving on to Supersons, issue 2's out. Got 2 different covers for it, and this book is fun. This is a fun, lighthearted book with, Damian's an asshole, and Jonathan Kent, he's very naive and inexperienced. So putting them together, you have a whole lot of things going wrong. And what I really liked about this issue, other than that it had them fighting Lex Luthor, Man of Steel Lex Luthor, was it seems like they might be putting together their own Rogues Gallery. Character that I haven't seen in forever that is really cool showed up here, and that's awesome. So I'm not going to say who that character was, because when I read it, I was like, oh shit, that's cool. And it was. So enjoy that book. Moving on to Batman, I Am Bane. This is the penultimate issue of this. My favorite Bane story ever. Like, seriously, King is killing it on this book. It started kind of slow with I Am Gotham. I Am Suicide was better. Catwoman and Batman having sex on the rooftop on a bed of diamonds was freaking hot. And now it's just the whole Rogues Gallery, Arkham Asylum, Bane fighting through them, trying to get to Batman. It's awesome. I'm loving it. And All-Star Batman, number 8 is out. I seem to say this every issue. Like, every issue I seem to say, this is the best issue ever done for this villain. And to me, I don't give a crap about the Mad Hatter. I don't care. I mean, that's like Alice in Wonderland through the looking glass type of weird stuff. I mean, whatever. It is what it is. Like, definitely probably not anyone's favorite rogue. Just saying it. But this issue was easily the best Mad Hatter story ever. Scott Snyder killed it on here. And the Batty Award goes to Scott Snyder for best Mad Hatter story ever. So, all right, Scott Snyder, you won. Yay. Moving on, Batwoman number 1. This book is great. What I really liked about this, a few pages in, I realized it felt a whole lot like the Rucka Batwoman, and it's not just because of the writing, but it's because of the art. You have Steve Epting on art, who is a constant collaborator with Rucka and Brubaker and all that, and it felt like classic Batwoman, and I enjoyed it. So I'm digging what's going on there. And Harley is out in trade. I have an issue out this week. There's an issue out every other week because it's bi-weekly. But Trade Volume 1, Die Laughing, is out this week. Come get it. It's awesome. And finally, for DC's Wildstorm, issue 2. This is Warren Ellis. I'm into this. This is some heady stuff. Like, this, I'm enjoying it. Like, I'm enjoying it more than I've enjoyed probably anything Warren Ellis has done in a long, long, long time. And what I like about the best Wildstorm that I can think of is things that are kind of like one foot in the future, where things are going to shit because of corporations and secret conspiracies and government spy agencies and just shit. Like, and I enjoy it. I think it's cool. In here, it shows you how solar power is anti-poor. Like, seriously, You know, he makes a good case for it. I mean, if we had solar power and batteries in the houses, the rich would have it, the poor wouldn't be able to afford it, and then power companies wouldn't service areas where there wasn't enough people buying power, so poor people would have no power. So, you know, F solar, you know? So anyway, it's in there, it's cool. It's a nice little snippet. Amazing Spider-Man, number 25's out. It's an extra size, a huge ass issue. Osborn Identity is the opening story, the big deal story. It begins here. You have Peter, you have Spider-Man with Mockingbird. I guess they're dating and all that, you know, maybe he actually asked her about her feminist agenda, I don't know. But they're there, it's cool. There's another surprise character. Osborn stuff is a big deal. Whenever Osborn's involved with Spider-Man, you know it's a big deal. And one of the backup stories was actually really cool, and it features, you know, Octavius, and is tying into the Secret Empire. So that was a great issue. Moving on, Guardians of the Galaxy, Grounded 18. This issue is all Angela. The cool thing is what she's being warned about and what the cover to the next issue is and what's coming. So even if you're not going to buy that issue, look on the after the last page for the cover to the next issue. It looks awesome. And then finally, Miles and Spider-Gwen are still on their date, going all through the multiverse, and it's kind of weird. So I'm enjoying it. It's fun. Moving on to Image, God Country 3's out. It's about a Texan, old Texan dude with Alzheimer's. This sword lands, this crazy ass sword of gods or whatever. He picks up this sword, and not only does he have like awesome ass powers, but he also has, he's not senile anymore when he picks it up. He can think straight, and he can kick ass. And, you know, don't mess with Texans. So it's gods versus Texans, and it's awesome. So it's runaway hit, multiple sellouts on the first issue. We have the third print of the first issue out this week with issue 3, and we still have plenty of issue 2s. So if you wanted to get into it here, you could get all 3 issues this week. Sex Criminals, issue 17. This was a cool kind of one and done issue. I enjoyed it. I liked how Zdarsky was kind of mimicking Sean Phillips' art style in here, which is on purpose. Like you see from the beginning, it's a whole motif, but it's fun. Sex Criminals is fun again. They hit their stride. This is awesome. Keep it coming. And Deadly Class, Volume 5 is out. If you read Volume 4, you know it ends on a huge downer. It ends really like that could have been the end of the entire series. I assure you it's not. Read this. Read this volume. It's not just about the new class. There's cool stuff going on. There's jaw-dropping stuff. It's awesome. Rick Remender is killing it on this book. It's great. Seriously, don't stop on Volume 4. Moving on, Dark Horse Comics, Neil Gaiman, P. Craig Russell, American Gods. I read this book way back. It's awesome. You know, there's going to be a show really soon on, I think it's Starz. I think I have to get Starz now. But the issue was great. The pacing's great. I liked it. If you're not one for prose novels and you're a fan of Neil Gaiman, seriously get it. I read the prose novel. It was a while ago, and it was cool reading this. I wasn't bored. I know some of the twists, but it was still engaging. The art's great. Get to see how Neil Gaiman actually wanted these characters envisioned as opposed to just what was in my head when I was reading it. But it's great, so get it, enjoy it. It's awesome. And finally, weird book, Cody and the Creepers by Boom from Boom Boxes imprint, their sub-imprint. It's Liz Prince, indie darling, great stuff. It was fun. It has an obvious comparison to Scott Pilgrim because it's a band and it's mashing up a genre with that. And this one is more paranormal horror. And basically, Punk's not dead, but Cody is. That I guess the band was in some kind of bad accident and she died, but she's still in the band. And they go underground punk, even like literally underground. And that's it. So if you want fun punk rock stuff with some paranormal twists to it, this is your book. I enjoyed it. It's fun. It's a great book for people that did like Scott Pilgrim or like any of the Boombox stuff, Lumberjanes, all that. And we have plenty of copies of it. So Scott Snyder, you're going to have to come accept your award anytime. I'll make myself available. Thanks. Bye-bye.